Yo, yo, y'all know what time it is. Everybody need to pile up in here because we know what we about to get down. 30 minutes into that state of play, boy. We about to really see what's crackling with Sony on this piece up in here. Up in here, up in here. We'll get started momentarily. And would you so please hit that like button because it's gonna get crazy up in here. We're gonna get started momentarily. Twin. Hold it down. Hold it down for a few more moments. What's good? What's going on? What's happening? What's goody? What you got going? What's good, gang? What's happening, Piaski? All the slang terms that you could come up with. But welcome to the Hill Truth and nothing but the Hill Truth. So help you God. Because today, I feel like it's going to be a wonderful day. I feel like it's going to be a greatness of a waiting type of day. I feel like today is going to be one of those days where I get to say I told you so. But hey, I will humbly and gladly be wrong about the I told you so. Because I would desperately want Sony to do something positive for their platform. I would desperately want Sony to do something to help this dry ass console that is the PlayStation 5 prosper a little bit better than what it's been doing. Um, Obviously, if you clicked on this video, you know what's going to happen today. We got this PlayStation State of Play today, or State of Play. They don't even call it PlayStation State of Play anymore. They just say State of Play, or they say Sony State of Play. Um, anyway, now what is supposed to happen today? Let's start there. I know there's been some leaks, and obviously, since we got time here, just under 30 minutes, we're going to go over the leaks and you know see what they are. But first, I want to talk about what this state of play is supposed to be doing, based on what Sony said on Twitter themselves. So we know what the state of play is supposed to be bringing. Supposed to be bringing you 30 minutes of PlayStation games, PS5 games. Basically, it's supposed to be 30 minutes, 20 plus titles for PS5 and PlayStation 5 VR2. Now, that's what they said on their Twitter, and obviously, the wording there is very, very how can I put it? The wording there in that tweet is very not exciting because the thing that we want out of PS5 is we want them to basically deliver us games because you don't have any. I mean, it's been a pretty sucky year for PlayStation 5. And we have uh we have we have third parties that's just basically been holding them afloat. the brand afloat, and we basically been having PC players hold the brand afloat across this whole year. So it hasn't been great, and honestly, this year has not blown us away at all like we anticipated it to be, due to a lot of games being delayed into 2025. And this kind of looking like a little bit of a lackluster year, just quite of a little bit. So um, there seemed to be something brewing in Sony. Obviously, they showed you the PS5 Pro, the most expensive, dumbass, ridiculous console, the most unnecessary console in the history of fucking gaming, being the PS5 Pro. And basically, I guess they're finally going to show you some games. Now, what type of games are you actually going to get? That's the question that has to be answered within the next 20 plus minutes. And we don't know anything. We don't have a roadmap for PS5. We don't know what's really coming out for PS5. We probably know a few select titles here and there. We don't know what the hell is going on at PlayStation Studios. Besides, they canceled the ASA games and they greenlit a $400 million Concord, which is the biggest flop in gaming fucking history. That's the only thing we know that goes on when concerning PlayStation Studios. But considering that the install base of the PS5 is tracking behind the PS4, you would think Sony would have much more urgency in what they want to do. But they don't. And the fact that the Switch 2 is months away from being revealed and being released. Yes, we are months away from the Switch 2 being released. Is kind of just embarrassing. The position Sony has put the PlayStation 5 in is quite embarrassing. It's still a shocker to me that they was this unprepared for PlayStation 5. Um, and we're sitting at next generation. Well, current generation. We can't call it next generation anymore. We're sitting at current generation with roughly about almost 90 million consoles sold across PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series consoles. Obviously, that is a very small install base, especially for 4.5 years. We might as well say 5 years now. It's about to be October. So, 5 years in, and that's the install base we got across two platforms, and we're just now really getting next generation games. So, it presents a door wide open opportunity for Nintendo and the Switch 2 when it comes out that uh, they can possibly be beat by another Nintendo console yet again. So uh, it's not the greatest of situations for Sony, but um, that's where we're at now. Apparently, there was a leak of the state of play, and let's just hope this is really not it. Apparently, the I guess PSN on the Japanese side had leaked this state of play playlist. And this is what was on it. Now, we already know Soul Reaver 1 and 2 was leaked this morning, so that's just out everywhere. You couldn't avoid that to be anything. But apparently that's multi-plat anyway. But apparently these are the games that's going to be shown. Obviously, uh that's only 15 right there. They said 20 plus titles, and that's only 15. And that's looking really lackluster for the 15. I have no idea why Astrobot is still in there, unless Astrobot is getting DLC. Apparently, I guess that's what that is about. But yeah, this is apparently what the state of play is supposed to be about. It's good. We got Monster Hunter Wilds in there, the big multi-plat. We do want to see some more Monster Hunter Wilds, or even see a um, a release date for Monster Hunter Wilds, which we all know that's going to be on Switch too. We ain't really gotta think about that too much. Um, and and uh and the Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver. I'm glad we got that though. I'm glad we got that. I don't know what this Last of Us thing is. I don't know what this is with the Last of Us. I mean, what else can you do? You done remixed and remastered the Last of Us to fucking death. What more do you think you can do when it comes to The Last of Us. So it's just it's mind-boggling me on what they're gonna do. But this is apparently what is going to be in the state of play that got leaked via the PSN PlayStation Store, PSN Store. So nothing really earth-shattering here at all. Um, it's going to be funny for them to mention Switch in state of play because obviously Lego Horizon is up there, which is still mind-boggling to me that that game is coming out on Switch and not PS4. That's kind of like crazy to really think about. It's coming out on Switch, but not PS4. But it's PS5 and Switch, but not PS4. Nah, not we're not going to release that game on the install base of where we have over 100 million people that bought PS4s. We're not going to release that game where we have 50% of our active users of PlayStation are still on PS4. No, we're not going to release it there. We're just going to only release it on PS5 and Switch. I swear this company really doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. But maybe today is a day where they all make sense to me. Maybe today is a day that they shut my ass up finally about this PS5 and this system. One statistic I think y'all need to understand is that this system currently and for the very foreseeable near future has less exclusives than the Wii U. 4 years into its lifespan, it has less exclusives than the Wii U. And I find it hell of a coincidence and highly ironic that the the attachment they have for the PS5 is nothing but a glorified inferior Wii U gamepad being the PlayStation Portal. That's what makes this even more funnier to me. You know what I mean? So it's this is a weird state. Um I don't know if they're gonna turn it around, but like I said, today proved me wrong. I would gladly, I would love for Sony and PlayStation to shut me up here. I would gladly welcome that today in this state of play. This state of play. I was about to call it a direct. Damn, well, it is a damn direct. If we're being honest, this is how they got this from Nintendo to begin with. So, yeah, I would gladly love for them to shut me up today. I would gladly love you shut me up today. So we still got about 15 minutes, so let's check in with the chat. Uh, what's going on, everybody in the chat? Of course, we got the usual suspects in here. Appreciate everybody that always comes in here. Uh, Jack finally made a live on time. About time, Jack. You always be missing it. I don't know what type of work you do, but you're finally in here. You finally VC is in here. I ain't seen VC in so long. Where have you been hiding? Where's VC been hiding at? Because I haven't seen him in forever. Um, but but yeah, it's I don't know how they would think they would lose money on the PS4 version of Lego Horizon. I mean, it can't cost them much to port a game from PS5 to PS4. And you're Sony. It's your first party developed title. It's no I don't see how they could lose money putting that out. It just doesn't make sense to me. I mean, even if they was worried about that, they could literally release it digital only if that was the damn case. Like I don't know, man. I don't know, man. It's just but yeah, this is supposed to be some of the leak things. Keep in mind they said 20 titles. There's only 15 on this screen. So that's five other titles that we obviously cannot see from this leak screen here. If this even if this is real. Um but I'm gonna say, well, that makes four titles because we know Legacy of Kain is going to be announced because that whole trailer got released and leaked. So we know that's what it's going to be. This thing is starting at 6 p.m., so in 15 minutes from now. So I just want to know, chat, what is y'all predictions on what we're going to see today? Um, just if you think the leak is confirmed, just say that. What do y'all think you're going to see today? Are we finally going to get a PS5 fucking roadmap to let us know what the fuck is going on? Where are we going? Where are we headed? Are we finally going to get blown away by a PS5 exclusive? Could that potentially be a thing? Will that finally happen? That's really what I want to know. Are we finally going to be able to do that? Or it's just going to be the same old, same old? Is it just going to be Sony remixing, remastering the shit out of everything they can do and then trying to sell it to you? That's what I really want y'all thoughts on, really. Salt and cope. Look, man. I'm just trying to be 100% about it. A lot of people want to see a Bloodborne remaster. If I see it here, I would be highly shocked because at this point, I obviously don't want to do it. In my eyes, they don't want to do it if it hasn't happened at this point. To me, so I don't know. I don't think any canceled games are going to come back from the dead, especially after they cancel them and then they change. Obviously, they changed management in between that time. The whole restructure has been changed. To be honest with you, so I don't see none of the canceled games coming back to life. Cancel games ever come back to life, so it ain't happening. Yeah, Jack move. Yeah, he's holding the PlayStation peasants, feet to the fire. I'm really interested to see what the flip flop is going to be today. Uh, I want to see, what stance the PlayStation peasant fan base is going to switch up on today. If this state of play is lackluster, if this state of play is weak, if this state of play is a whole spiraling plate of ass. I'm ready to see what the flip flop stance is going to be. But yeah, it's for me personally, I don't know. I don't know if my I don't have high expectations, as you already know. But the reason being is because Tokyo Game Show is like in a few days. I doubt something major happens here. It would because it could basically happen at Tokyo Game Show. So it doesn't kind of doesn't make sense to me to do something here and not do it at Tokyo Game Show. So it's like a show that's going to get more eyes on it because obviously E3 is no longer a thing. So, but hey, I could be wrong, man. I could be wrong, man. I could be wrong. I wouldn't mind Resistance Fall of Man collection. Nah, let's go ahead and just leave that franchise dead. It was already mediocre to begin with. Um, there's no reason to bring that back. It ran its course. Let that franchise stay dead. We kind of don't need it back. We don't need a remaster. We don't need a collection edition. We don't need a fucking re-release on PSN. Running on PS. We don't need nothing. Just leave that dead and buried. Leave that dead and buried like they buried the ET cartridges of Atari. Let's not even go back to that. Let's not go back to that at all. Now, I would love to see Killzone 2 because that was definitely the pinnacle of Sony multiplayer gaming. Um, Sony multiplayer gaming peaked at Killzone 2. And ever since that game, it has been a steady, sharp decline in not only multiplayer games from Sony and the PlayStation, but also quality multiplayer games from Sony and PlayStation. It baffles me how, and a lot of people who were there in the PS3 days um, know what I'm talking about when it came to Killzone 2. They know exactly what I'm talking about. And the just the transition from Killzone 2 to Killzone 3 was highly disappointing. Um, it 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 kind of ruined the multiplayer for Killzone, especially with their respawn system was ridiculous. The cloaking in that game was OP ridiculous. The maps in Killzone 3 were stupid as hell. You know, you had people spawning inside the other side spawns. Literally, you could put a tactical insurgent. It was called something else in Killzone 3, though. In the other people's spawns and spawn right behind them as they spawn. It was a chaotic fucking mess, and it had online connectivity issues on top of that. So, for something that was really fun to play, that was Killzone 2 with giant maps, they went to these mid-sized type of maps in Killzone 3, ruined that whole thing. It felt like a war when you was in Killzone 2 and you played that. It felt like you was actually engaging a war. And the weaponry handled different uh, than any other shooter, especially Call of Duty. And some people didn't like it because they were so used to the floaty controls of what Call of Duty was with the high snap that you have when you doing dual analog, the lame way to play a shooter. Wiimote, nunchuck is obviously the best way. Uh, Hopefully we can get back to something like that someday. Wink, wink, switch to. Um, but but yeah, people was just so used to that floaty, light on the feet, snapping Call of Duty movement, and then some people just couldn't adjust to Killzone 2. But I love the way Killzone 2 played, especially control wise. It just made it feel more realistic when you played that game. So, but yeah, I will always be a stan for Killzone 2. I will always die on the hill for Killzone 2. What do you think about that? That's interesting. Yo, Emperor willing to die on the hill for a Sony game. And Killzone 2 is the game. And I've been preaching this for years and years. And some of you who was watching me back then when it first came out saw how much I played that game. So I've been preaching that for years, bro. And yes, chat, I do agree that Killzone 2 was Sony's best ever shooter. It was. The Hellgas versus the ISA, the aesthetic, the graphics were astronomically amazing, especially for PS3. Like that thing was crazy. But um, the maps were great, the battles were great, the online played great. It just had a whole different feel than any other shooter, and I loved every bit of it. I loved every bit of it. And it didn't feel like Call of Duty, and it didn't feel like there wasn't many ways to actually cheat the system in Killzone 2. You know what I mean? It wasn't really many ways to cheat the system, but I just like the grand scale battles. It kept it made grand scale battles in a shooter feel fun without making it overly taxing and boring like Battlefield does. Because if it's overly taxing and boring, and the field is just way too fucking big to where you got to march 2 to 5 minutes to actually engage in a firefight, that's what kind of made. That's why I'm not really a Battlefield guy. You know what I mean? In Killzone 2, you had some vehicles and stuff, and you had the other gadgets and stuff. It just felt it was just really well made. It was really balanced and really well made. And I would love a remaster of that. Like I think that's just the way to go. If I'm Sony and if I'm PlayStation, that's the way to go. That's what I believe. I believe that's the way to go because that game was absolutely great. Um, but yeah, SOCOM. I was not really a big SOCOM guy. Like I've had every PlayStation console except PS5. So and I was playing PlayStation more heavily, probably 50-50 even with Nintendo consoles for PS1 and PS2 days. Definitely PS2 days because that generation, every console had almost every fucking game. So, but m- each console had exclusive games also. Like Xbox had the WWE Raw and WWE WrestleManias. Uh, GameCube had the Day of Reckonings. You know, obviously PS2 had the SmackDowns versus Raw. So if you was a multi-console owner in that generation, you absolutely missed out on some great shit. Luckily, at that time, I had roommates. One roommate had a PS2. My other roommate had an OG box. I had the GameCube. We didn't miss anything. We got to play everything, and I played all three versions of Soul Calibur 2, and I was proficient in all three versions. So it's you really missed out if you didn't have multiple consoles in that generation because it was some exclusive stuff to these consoles that it was worth playing. Obviously, Grand Theft Auto lived on PlayStation, so it was really something about that that you really had to experience back then. But uh, looks like we're 3 minutes away, so I might as well go ahead and bring this back up. Bring this back up here. Go ahead and move that on out the way. Oh man, they already got a countdown going. They got a countdown going on the screen. But I'm gonna go ahead and mute that countdown. We don't need to hear that countdown right now. But but yeah, man, it's we'll see what happens, bro. I'm hoping for the best. I'm hoping for the best here. Um, PlayStation All Stars Remastered. Oh, please don't bring that garbage back. Please don't bring that garbage back. Nobody want to see that garbage, bro. That whack ass Smash Brothers clone. It's so funny that people like to give you, tell you Sony's this, Sony's that, Sony's the market leader, and all this other bullshit that you hear, and it's like, bruh, that's not even factual. Man, hold on, that cord stuck on me. Is my mic good? Is my mic good? That's all I need to know. Is my mic good? Just want to know that my mic is good before this thing kicks off here. Yeah, PlayStation All Stars, fucking embarrassing. Give a damn about no PlayStation All Stars, man. That half baked Smash Brothers clone. Get that shit out of here, man. It was a joke. Just like Crash Team Racing was a joke because they tried to basically copy Mario Kart back then. That's all what Crash Team Racing was about. It's like, oh, we got to get on this. And everybody wants to talk about how Sony's this market leader, but obviously, in reality, they just follow whatever Nintendo. And now, recently, they follow Nintendo and follow Microsoft in what they do. They don't lead in anything, ever. They have never led in anything. So, we'll see. Greatness awaits right now. We got about 90 seconds, a little bit over a minute left. Uh, I say, maybe we see that Horizon Zero Dawn remaster. If I see Days Gone remaster, I'm a laugh my ass off. Cause that's talking about being absolutely not in tune with your fan base whatsoever. But yeah, we'll see what happens. And can y'all hear the stream well before this thing kicks off? Stream too loud, stream too low. Oh man, we already got some nonsense in here. Nintendo doesn't count. It's not a real console. I don't even know what that means. Man, I don't know what that means. Greatness awaits. Well, we'll see. We got 20 seconds to find out if greatness awaits or not. But we'll see what's going on. 10:09. Is the stream volume good? Is the actual video volume good? All right, let me shut up and actually pay attention there. Okay, what we starting with? Just don't make me laugh in the beginning. That's all I ask. Oh. Astrobot? That's how we start? Starting with Astrobot. And this thing lagging like the hell. Oh, Astrobot DLC. Oh man, it looks like this leak might have been right. Which is not a good thing. Oh man. Every time I live stream something Sony, this thing just starts acting up on me. That's crazy. No, it's Astrobot DLC, man. I guess they got the Helldiver bots in there now. Yeah, this Mario clone. Free add-on. Can't get mad at free DLC.
I'm Nicholas Ducey, the studio head at Team Asobi. We couldn't be happier with the reception to Astrobot and to see how much joy Astro is bringing to homes all around the world. On behalf of Team Asobi, thank you so much. Now, we still have a few surprises up our sleeves. Today's trailer was a sneak peek at a DLC we'll release later this year at no additional cost. We'll have more to share soon. But for now, let's enjoy the state of play.
All right.
Listen to me, burnt one. If you're intending to walk the midnight walk, you better be sure to keep your spark safe and burning.
While I was in the black, I had a dream. There was a monster in the woods.
Oh Lord. We're starting with an indie game?
On you go, like a moth into the burning light.
PlayStation VR 2 already. Boy, what in the Nightmare Before Christmas is this shit?
Little soul, you charming little wanderer, where are you off to now?
And so it was that the burnt one and a small flame took a wander down the midnight walk.
Oh Lord. This is not good, people. This leak is not it's not being debunked right now.
I don't remember when it happened, but I remember how I felt. Father told us to hide when they came to our house. Then they took him away.
What is
Mother
this?
said I couldn't
This Silent
stay
Hill? Or what is
outside
this?
anymore. Everyone had fled. She said the country was sick, but we would be okay. Mother always said monsters didn't exist. I thought they lived under my bed. We were both wrong. They live inside our heads.
What the hell is this? is us. Hell is us. Okay. Yeah, I guess that's okay. Kind of want to see a little bit more of that.
My story is a tale of rules rewritten.
Y'all, this leak is not being debunked right now. This is not good.
Have you seen Yana?
Something happened.
She's in no state to be wandering out in the metro alone. I need to go after her.
Damn, man.
Their bodies arranged in some sort of ritual. Please, just let Yana be all right. What is that? I keep hearing
Metro
other
for
voices on the
VR.
radio.
VR is so
You
whack.
said there were people there.
VR is whack as hell, bro.
Did you not hear any of that? Yana, is that
I don't know why they just don't drop it, honestly.
I'm seeing things. Hearing things. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Sometimes we need to become the thing we fear. To prevent something worse.
Metro Awakening. VR. Do not give a fuck at all. Yo, this leak, it seemed like it was real, bro.
So, how did it feel to learn the truth about the night sky tragedy? Long ago, you humans slaughtered each other until the whole world lay in ruins. And yet,
What is this medieval
you
game?
have been granted another chance in Auroria. It must be the will of your beloved mother goddess. However, I still have no trust in your kind.
Okay. Looks a little bit interesting here. Apparently it says online multiplayer.
Prove yourself. If you survive this trial, perhaps you might become one of us.
Okay. I guess that's decent. Pretty sure that's probably a multi-plat. Ah, is this Power World? Oh, man. Talk about bringing Power World at the wrong time. Oh, man. This is hilarious. Yeah. Unfortunate. It's so unfortunate. And speaking of Power World, I think the lawsuit is so hilarious because they're going to act like they didn't do anything and there was no plagiarism going on and no copyright infringement. But the fact of the matter is that they're getting Power World after the lawsuit. Hilarious. And it's out today.
Thanks to Pocket Pair for that new look at Pal World, an incredible open world survival game that's launching today on the PlayStation 5 console. We have a few more games with breaking news today, starting with the return of two beloved RPGs from the original PlayStation.
Your dreams, magical thoughts, all things are
Lunar Remaster Collection.
you dream they're not. In your dreams,
I guess that's cool.
Lunar Remastered Collection brings together Lunar the Silver Star Story Complete and Lunar 2 Eternal Blue Complete with updated visuals.
But here's the thing, like,
and more.
Nintendo is suing for damages with Power World, so the more money they make, the more they'll get rewarded. So obviously putting Power World on PlayStation, if it actually sells anything,
2025.
it's just all going to go to Nintendo
Teenage
anyway.
Mutant Ninja Turtles: Shredder's Revenge. First, the Radical
the funny
Reptiles DLC, which adds Mondo Gecko and Mona Lisa as playable characters. And for no extra cost, a remixed in-game soundtrack featuring some amazing guest composers. Both of these updates arrive later today.
Oh, I don't give a damn about this game at all. Lord, you know they slim on game announcements when they got Sonic and Shadow Generations as one of them.
Huh? I've taken on another form?
And yes, you heard right. Keanu Reeves is joining Sonic X Shadow Generations as part of the upcoming Sonic the Hedgehog 3 movie pack. This update is inspired by scenes from the Sonic the Hedgehog 3 movie and arrives December 12th. The Sonic the Hedgehog 3 movie pack is included in the Digital Deluxe Edition, which lets you play the game 3 days ahead of its October 25th release date.
Okay, next thing. Y'all, right now I'm being very unimpressed.
Hello, State of Play. I'm Sakaguchi, producer of Fantasia Neo Dimension. 手作りのジオラマを使ったファンタジアネオディメンジョン150も作りました。そしてランダムエンカウントを貯めていっぺんに戦ったり、スキルの起動操作したりと短式バトルにも信用する。
I'm not shocked Keanu, agreed to voice Shadow. I mean, he did it for Cyberpunk and that disaster of a game, so why not? Why not? Doesn't make any sense. Why not do it?
We're just over a month away from the release of Dragon Age: The Veilguard. Let's check in with BioWare and Electronic Arts for an extended look at a climactic
They
battle.
got Dragon Age. So far, this leak has been word for word, bar for bar. And at this point, the leak is real.
We've gotten
That
word
is
from the
so
wardens.
terrible.
Have they found Gillinane? Not yet.
But like I said, there was only 15 on that leak, so we just gotta wait and see what else they got that wasn't on that leak page.
Rook, you made it. Good.
Wouldn't miss it. We have unfinished business with that dragon.
We've tracked it to a
This
ruined
is the
tower
most
nearby.
unhyped Dragon Age game I have ever witnessed.
We
Like,
need to lure her
it's like
out.
nobody's talking about it and nobody's really looking forward to it. Despite that the previews have been
Draw the
decent.
dragon out into the open.
They haven't been bad. But nobody seems to give a damn.
Me now.
And I haven't been interested in it because it just doesn't look very interesting at all.
Ready, ballistas!
I don't know if it's the aesthetic of the game or the timeline of the game. I don't know. It's just not very interesting to me at all.
Wait for it.
Come on. Come on.
I remember BioWare used to be one of the top developers. Now shit can change so drastically when generations shift. Okay, showing us a little bit of gameplay here. Not. Oh, okay. Why did they fade to black on that? Not too bad. Right now, it's giving. I said it's giving. Lord have mercy. You know the internet is destroying my brain. Right now, it's giving low budget Dragon Dogma 2. It's kind of what the vibe I'm getting right now. Oh, no. Whoever playing this game cannot adjust his camera well at all. They suck. They're moving the damn camera. All right, this is taking up a lot of time. I'm gonna have to wrap this shit up. Taking too much time on this. Listen, the presentation is a little bit boring right now, but we still got some time left. Less than 15 minutes left. I don't know, this art style just looks weird to me. Yeah, they on this game way too long. Okay. All right, we'll see how that reviews.
First time in Bright Falls.
We'll see how the Epic Games.
The FBC's research.
Is this Alan Wake?
Set up a facility.
Yeah, it's Alan Wake.
The lake house. If I had any clue what was waiting for us in there, I would have just kept on driving.
This better not be another VR game. Yeah, I think it's a VR game, people. Alan Walk. Oh, man. It's definitely a VR game. Nah, that Dragon Age game was more like Dragon Dogma. Alan Wake. Oh, it's the expansion. Okay. The lake house.
Give up the firearm.
Or VR. Full dual wield. Oh, I never knew. I never knew I could be excited about full dual wield in 2024. Holy crap. Oh my god. Lord have mercy. VR is just putting me to sleep. It looked like it's Hitman VR though. Or something like Hitman. Hitman World Assassination. Look at that stupid ass VR thing on his fucking face. Oh man, I wish they would just dump this shit.
You know the truth.
Here's what was leaked earlier today.
With Cain and my brethren, until I had the honor of surpassing my lord. For my transgression, I earned a new kind of reward. Agony.
The fate of this world was preordained in an
I would love to see this game be actually come back for new installments.
Am I so changed?
That's what I would like to see.
I was not prepared for what lay beyond this threshold.
But this remaster looks good. Got a nice little update, even though it still kind of looks PS1 and PS2-ish.
The future has always been written.
But they cleaned it up a little bit.
Don't fight it, Raziel.
Soul Reaver was such a big
Legacy
franchise
of
back in
Soul Reaver
PS1.
1 and 2 Remastered arrives December 10th, celebrating the 25th
Remastered!
anniversary of the first game's release.
Remastering shit today!
You sure we can't just do the same?
Games from the original PlayStation era also inspired Fear the Spotlight from Blumhouse Games. It brings atmospheric polygonal scares to PS5 and PS4 on October 22nd.
Just go home.
So the Leopard is supposed to look like a PlayStation 1 game. That's crazy.
So happy.
This damn leak is word for word bar for bar, bro. That's crazy.
Build villages and nurture vast ecosystems in Towers of Agazba.
No, I'm not building no
Colorful world
villages.
includes unique creatures, a peculiar cast of characters.
Oh, what the hell is that?
By other players
Oh,
on the
Lord.
island.
The paraglider. I wonder where they got that from.
Towers of Agazba launches into early access this November. Up next,
I'm not planting
Epic
no
Games
flowers.
brings a split-screen mode to LEGO Fortnite this October. This
Y'all
feature
made an
enables friends
announcement
and
on the
families to
state of
explore the
play
world and
for
build
a
villages
fucking
together while
split
playing on
screen
the
mode?
PS5 or PS4.
You can't be
And
serious.
another Fortnite news. The new Fortnite Limited Edition DualSense wireless controller
Oh
arrives
my
later
God.
this year, with pre-orders starting October 3rd.
Bruh.
Visit PlayStation blog for more details.
Bruh.
Next, it's 1 versus 1,000 in Dynasty Warriors Origins.
Dynasty
and Koei
Warriors
Tecmo
Origins.
Games is ready to share the release date. Let's take a look.
Oh, they showed this already. Okay, when is the release date?
Guardian,
I mean, it's Dynasty Warriors, so I mean,
you have crossed paths with men who may one day bring about order.
can't get too excited, you know?
Until then, you must adapt to the chaos and find a way to survive. So choose your path wisely. Go forth.
I want to see the Dynasty Warriors games actually evolve. It's such a great concept, but you got to see some progression, especially in the enemy AI.
For justice, but have no way to achieve it. Tearing down the system without providing an alternative is mere wanton destruction.
And the game has to progress more than just me and slashing a bunch of bitches on the screen.
The die has been cast. All that remains is to see this through.
Ooh, bad lip syncing there. Terrible lip syncing. January 17th. Oh man, I don't think there's no hope for that game now. They have great graphic designers.
Hoping that I imagined
For sure.
the whole thing.
Whoever the artist, the art director is on that series is really good. For sure. I would say that. Once 100 Wilds, baby.
So, Captain, what's your team been getting up to?
The Guild gave special assignments to some of the other units from the expedition, mine included.
This game looks so amazing.
This forest is amazing.
Like, this game looks ridiculous, bro.
Kind of weather. That's causing the water currents to surge too.
We're intruders.
Damn, that motherfucker look crazy right there. Ooh. I can't wait to play this on Switch too, bruh. No cap. Oh, y'all know it's gonna be on Switch too. Hold on, y'all know it is. Capcom ain't missing out on that money. It is pretty amazing how Monster Hunter has become Capcom's top franchise now over Resident Evil. It's crazy.
Why don't they just put the meat down? Leave this to me! Heal them down!
Yeah, this art style and these graphics are definitely top notch.
That's it. The White Wraith. It's real. Is that what we're after? The White Wraith.
And their character models, the human character models look incredible this time around.
Seems we must do a more thorough investigation.
What is that thing? An extinct species.
You're a hunter. You've got a weapon, and you do nothing? Give it to me, and I'll...
Yeah, this is one of the ones for 2025, bro. February 28th. Oh shit. God damn it. Switch 2 definitely ain't coming out February 28th. Which means I'm gonna have to play it on Switch 2 late. That
皆
shit
さん
looks
こんにち
good.
は。モンスターハンターワイルズプロデューサーのつごとです。本作の発売日が2025年2月28日、世界同日発売に決定いたしました。本日より順次予約を開始しますので、ぜひご予約いただければと思います。プレイステーションストアでご予約いただいた方限定の特典として、プレイステーション5でご覧いただけるデジタルミニアートブックをご用意します。9月26日の23時からはTGS2024 カプコンオンラインプログラムを放送いたします。それでは引き続きモンスターハンターワイルズの情報にご注目ください。またお会いしましょう。
Y'all, it's about to be 6:30.
Look at those chompers. Okay, trail spots aren't cheap, so let's get started.
No way you ending your state of play with Horizon Legos and Horizon Zero Dawn Remastered. There's no way. There's got to be a surprise game here. We still have not seen a PS5 fucking exclusive yet.
And decorate their village. Nailed it. This is awesome. But wait, there's more. With the digital deluxe edition, you get this exciting blue roller thing. And snazzy costumes, like the Shadow Snowboard outfit. And this, I don't know what that is. That or that.
Oh my God.
Climbing in that cannon. But look how much fun they're having. Come and join the party.
I don't understand why Horizon is even in this form.
Phew, got it all in. Oh, I forgot to mention the pre-order.
It's so hilarious. They're people this Switch and it's on Switch, bro.
We are so excited for everyone to get their hands on LEGO Horizon Adventures when it launches on November 14th. And Aloy has more good news on the horizon.
Oh my God, bro.
Aloy's original adventure, Horizon Zero Dawn,
Why are
is
you
being
remastering this
remastered for
game?
PC by Gorilla and Nixes.
Don't
Horizon
this
Zero Dawn
game-
Remastered includes more than 10 hours of re-recorded conversation mocap and
Ooh.
countless graphical improvements that bring the game to the same visual fidelity as Horizon Forbidden West.
Yeah, didn't this already have benefits from the PS4 version when you played it on PS5? Or am I crazy?
This new version of Horizon Zero Dawn will arrive October 31st, and anyone who owns the original PS4 version of the game will be able to upgrade to the new PS5 version for $9.99. Visit PlayStation Blog for more details.
There's no point in releasing this game.
Aloy's epic quest.
She said re-recorded dialogue.
New content is on
Nobody
the way.
gives
from
a
the action
fuck.
World of Stellar Blade. A new photo mode lets players set up the perfect picture with your choice of poses, expressions, and filters.
Okay.
And Stellar Blade's original soundtrack, featuring over 180 songs from the game, is available on select streaming services starting today.
Oh my god, bro. But I thought Horizon had a graphics patch for PS5. So why are we making a remastered version? They put 2B in the game?
Sci-fi worlds collide in the Stellar Blade and Nier Automata collaboration, coming to Stellar Blade later this year.
Square Enix is whoring the hell out of that. They putting her in everything.
Now let's talk about what's ahead for PlayStation Plus.
Oh god.
First, your monthly games for October are WWE 2K24, Dead Space, and Doki Doki Literature Club Plus. These will be available to all PlayStation Plus members starting October 1st. Meanwhile, our library of PlayStation classics continues to grow, with 2 more fan favorites from the original PlayStation arriving later this year: Blood Omen Legacy of Kain and Capcom's Dino Crisis.
So they're not
Fans
remastered?
know September 26th is The Last of Us Day, and we're celebrating by adding the critically acclaimed PS5 hit The Last of Us Part 1 to the PlayStation Plus game catalog this Thursday.
No fucking way, bro. Is this a controller? What the fuck is this? Oh, we're gonna announce new controller colors. Oh wow. Oh, we're gonna announce new console colors. Okay. Where are the games? Jesus Christ, bro. These people are something else. This company is something else, bro. Chroma Collection.
Hi everyone.
Oh god, not this idiot
We
again.
recently revealed the newest addition to the PlayStation 5 family, PS5 Pro, alongside several games showcasing the superior frame rates and improved graphics that the new console makes possible. With PS5 Pro, developers have access to 3 key improvements: an upgraded GPU, advanced ray tracing, and AI-driven upscaling that combine to bring developers closer to realizing their unique vision.
This is crazy.
We're
bro.
excited for players to get their hands on PlayStation 5 Pro when it launches this November. But in the meantime, here's a look at some of the games that are being enhanced for the new console, including a few titles that we're revealing for the very first time today.
What do you mean? How is it revealed for the first time if it's just enhancement of already existing games? There's no way they're ending with this. No way you're ending with a list of games that are going to be enhanced on the PS5 Pro. There's no way. There's no way they're doing that. Because we don't give a damn about the extra pixel or the extra edge sharpness that you're going to give us, that we're not going to be able to tell the difference in. This list is pretty small. Starting to see the same games over and over here. Oh yeah, this is not a long list at all. Oh boy, this is That is, y'all could have saved that. There was no point in even putting that in the state of play. What the? One more thing. Here we go. What is it? I have no idea what this is. One more thing, right?
We are beyond the edge of Japan.
Is this Phantom Blade game?
People come north to disappear.
What is it called? Phantom Blade Zero?
But you are hunting.
Oh no, it's the guy from Ghost of Tsushima.
Every Ronin here is after you. Still think you're the hunter?
Yeah, guys. I think this is very early on. Unless they give us a release window right here. Honestly, I expected this game to look a little bit better than it does. Because it doesn't look that too far beyond what we saw in the last game. That a female? Yotei. Okay, 2025. So, is this a prequel, a sequel, or is this a whole new story, I guess? They finally got something. Granted, it's still terrible that it's one goddamn game. But at least you showed something. And that 2025 is... We don't know what that really is going to mean. We don't know what that really is going to mean. So, we'll see what happens with that. God damn, all the fucking remasters, bro. All the remastering. I mean, there you have it. The leak was definitely word for word, bar for bar. We got to see at least one PS5 game, which is a sequel to Ghost of Tsushima. But it's Ghost of Yotei. Assume it's a whole new protagonist. Look like she's a female protagonist this time around. 2025. We sat here for 40 fucking minutes of bullshit for us to show us one game. Where we still don't know when it's coming out. They really saved themselves from getting an F from me. At least we know a Ghost sequel is happening, and we got shown it that moves it from an F to a D. Baby steps. It's very, very small baby steps. But god damn, with all the goddamn remastering this, remastering that, remaster of the fucking update of the remaster. It's like, what the fuck are we doing? All these PlayStation studios you have, and you only was able to try out Ghost 2. It's the end of the year. 2025 is happening in under 100 days. And all you had to try it out was Ghost 2. That's it. No release window, just 2025. For all we know, that could be November 2025. That could be well over a year from now. So it's, I don't know, people. I don't know. It's a D. It's a D for me. I would have gave an F if Ghost wasn't there because it was looking bad, especially with Horizon Zero Dawn Remastered when it already has updates for PS5. Like, why are we doing this? Like, why are we doing it? I don't understand what's I don't know. So there you have it. Ghost of Yotei. They're going to State of Play. Chat, how would you rate this State of Play? I'm really interested to see how y'all would rate this State of Play. How would y'all rate this State of Play? Because I'm not even sure what to actually. It's man. I'm here's my thing. I have 2024. You released no PlayStation Studio games but one, which is Astrobot. Now we're going into 2025, and it looks like you only have one game ready, which is going to be Ghost of Yotei. Ghost 2. Or whatever the hell people going to call it online. What my question is to Sony and PlayStation Studios, what the fuck have y'all been doing the last 4.5 years? Like, what have y'all been doing? That's really my like. What the fuck have y'all been doing that you don't have nothing ready to be shown and have a release date after 4.5 years after the PS5 has been out? Like, I don't understand what have y'all been doing. I'm just, it doesn't make any sense to me. I don't understand what y'all have been doing. And we're about to be in the 5th year. I don't get it. Like, were you at work? Were you at home? What was happening? Like, that's just my question. Like, what was happening? It's one thing I want to understand. One thing I do want to say. These State of Plays, y'all can really just do away with them. Because everything that got shown here, you could have just released as a trailer online and been done with it. Obviously, there's probably going to be a lot of backlash online that the lead character in the new Ghost game is female. Seems to be a whole thing about female leads and all this woke stuff and DEI stuff, and this I can just imagine that's going to be a thing. But kind of sucks that, I'm not even going to say that kind of sucks. PS5 needs some damn games desperately. But it does kind of suck that that game has to go up against what I call the big three of 2025, because these are the 3 games that are going to win Game of the Year. Outside of these 3 games, Game of the Year is just not happening for anybody else. That's obviously Grand Theft Auto 6. And that's obviously Monster Hunter Wilds. And the third one is obviously Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. It's going to suck for any other game that comes out next year because that's the top three right there. And the top two is obviously it's going to be Grand Theft Auto 6 and Metroid Prime 4. Simply because people have waited so long for those two fucking games. So long. No shade to Monster Hunter. I love Monster Hunter to death. It's one of my favorite franchises. So it's it's going to be tough for anything outside of that. So yeah, it's and Jeff Keighley is already on Twitter, just coming all over the timeline, just tweeting nonstop. It's ridiculous. That dude is such a fanboy. He shouldn't be in charge of anything convention or award show related to gaming because the dude is just ridiculous. The dude is just ridiculous. So yeah, there you have it. State of Play chat. What are your thoughts on it? I'm about to get on out of here. There's not really much else to talk about. But yeah, that's pretty much it. What were y'all rated? What do y'all rate it? I want to see where I rate it, man, because that's a D. Nothing further than that. Just a whole bunch of fluff, garbage. Remaster this, remaster that. The remaster of the upgrade of the remaster, and we got a 2025 release date for one PlayStation Studio game. One. It's flabbergasting to me. It's flabbergasting to me. We got one single solitary one. You know what I'm saying? Just one game. Like, it's just, I guess that don't bother anybody else. I guess I'm the only one that's bothered by that. Like, one freaking game. Like, it's just, it's just crazy. And of course, the PlayStation peasants are going to be online, obviously making excuses because they seen Ghost 2, but this is just, it's kind of. But one thing about the game, I thought it was going to look a little bit better. I don't know. Like, it's not an ugly game, but it definitely, it looks just like the PS4 game. If I'm just being quite honest with you, nothing is really standing out there. So that kind of tells me it's probably still early on in the development. So that's probably a late 2025 title. So they can, brush that up, make that a little bit more pretty, put a little bit more polish on it. Because right now it's just not. It's not everything. So. It's a D for me. I'll probably come back with a little bit more thoughts on some of the actual things that came out. One funny thing that was really funny is that they did not show that Lego Horizon was releasing on Switch. They only showed PS5 and PC. If you're going to be that fucking petty, Sony, if you're going to be that damn petty about showing that it's releasing on Switch, then why are you releasing it on Switch anyway? What's the point of releasing it on Switch if you're not even going to tell people it's on Switch? Is that not confusing to everybody else? Like, what are you releasing it on Switch for if you're not going to tell people that it's on Switch? What's the point? What is the point of releasing it on the Nintendo Switch if you're not going to promote and show that it's releasing on the Nintendo Switch? It's like you're throwing money away. It doesn't make any sense to me. Like, you're throwing money away. Like, what? What's the point of just only showing PC and PS5 for Lego Horizon? Like, you're literally releasing it on Switch. You're putting your IP on Switch to make money, but you're not going to tell people it's actually there so you can make money. This company is it's retarded. This company is very dumb. They do asinine thing after asinine thing. It just doesn't make any sense. So there you have it. This is State of Play. That was a whole load of ass cheeks. and a little bit of glimmer of hope at the end. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much how you describe it. A whole lot of musty, stinking ass cheeks and just a little glimmer of hope at the end. With one goddamn game to show from PlayStation Studios after 4.5 years. I tell you what, I can tell you this. Sony, Switch 2 for sure. For sure, Switch 2 for sure. It's going to be a thorn in your side. Y'all in trouble. Because y'all unprepared, and we going in 2025 still unprepared. So, there you have it. Ass cheeks with a little glimmer of hope. Hope y'all enjoyed this state of play more than I did. It was halfway goddamn boring to me. And we still got a lot of questions that need to be answered. And please, Sony, for the life of you, for the life of you, for the life of me, for the life of all gamers, stop goddamn remastering shit. We're tired of it.